All right, what is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing today? We made it. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, a short week for a lot of you. Got a lot of fun bowling stuff to talk about today. Should be a really, really good live stream today. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of people hanging out already, which is fantastic. I am going to go and kick it off over on the TikTok quick. New Storm Ball Talk. Sure. Let me get everything ready. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Big B? How you doing? Let me switch over to fitness and sports. I never know what category to pick on any of the socials, but we're going with this one. All right, we are here. We are live. Oh, our live chat isn't working. Why would it? That'd be way too easy. No Stream Labs. Oh, one day it'll actually. Well, no, not that. We need. Hold on, restream. There we go. All right, let's see who we all got hanging out today. Two-handed bowler, what is going on? Gandhi, good morning to you too. How are you doing? Very early morning for you. Love to see you here every time. Not gonna work. I need to go YouTube chat. Duh. All right, we're gonna get it. We are good streamers, I promise. We know what we're doing. And then we double click here. And boom. All right, there we go. Now we're kicking. All right, now we got everybody hopping in. Let's see. I do want to say a huge congratulations to Wayne Gibbs, who before the stream hopped in and said, just bowled my first 300. It was practice, but I'm still hyped with the level, by the way. So congrats to Wayne if you're still hanging out right now. Really nice game, especially with a level. That is awesome. That's really cool to be able to shoot it with that ball of all things, especially in practice too. That is fantastic. Ralphie, what is going on? Let's see who else is hopping in. Brooks, hope you got my email. Really hoping to get a better idea about Motive's ball comparison. Yeah, Brooks, good question. I did see that email. I didn't answer to it because I was just getting home and then had to rush a little bit to get ready. But I do have a video on July 10th. I believe it's July 10th. That's a Thursday, July 10th. So next Thursday, I have a new video coming out that explains the Motive ball comparison tool and what it all looks like. So sorry, it'll be about a week, but we are going to have a little more on that. So we will have a video coming out soon for that. Otherwise, Jake, what is going on? Dan, good to see you again. Billy, what's up? New ball releases should be fire. Absolutely. We all love new ball releases. If you're going to buy them or not, it's always fun to see the new latest and greatest. Jake, Gremlin will probably be my choice of ball to start League. Love my attention star, so it should be similar, and I just want cool colors at this point. It is a cool looking bowling ball. I am impressed by the Gremlin. It looks like it was made in like 2005, like with the logo and everything, like that old school Gremlin, but overall it looks really cool so far. So big fan of that. Andrew, anyone else disappointed in the Storm announcements? Yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of detail on what the Storm announcements were and why they were received so mixed. Brunswick balls were pretty much received pretty positively. The first three Storm bowling balls received fairly positively, nothing crazy. And then the identity kind of blew up at the end of the day. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. Big B, what's going on? Good to see you there. We got a couple people hanging out over on TikTok. If you're over on TikTok, I'd be really appreciated if you drop a like over there. If you drop likes early on there, you just have to double tap your screen. That is the best way to get the live stream out to more and more bowlers. But let's quick talk about what we are going to do today. Today, we have a lot of cool topics to bring up. We have Bowl Expo going on right now. We had 4 new bowling balls get announced from Storm Bowling. We had the new identity, which is also the old identity. Then we had the Gremlin, the Cove, and the Ember. A lot of really interesting bowling balls. I want to talk a little bit about new cores and covers that are coming out compared to, I don't want to say remakes, but like additions of a line, because I did notice a weird trend looking at bowling balls this last week and digging into the 2025 releases. We'll get into that in a little bit. But otherwise, if you're new here, make sure to drop a subscription or a follow on whatever channel you're on. We are live on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok, so I'd really appreciate a follow or a sub on whichever platform you're on. Couple shameless plugs. I did want to showcase this. We did get our, almost got it straight. We did get our brand new Shammies today from DH Lab. These are live on his website. I think they're $24 after shipping to grab one. ZVL Bowling Chamois. He did change the stitching, he said, and I am noticing it. He said it should be able to hold a little bit better, which is really cool. So really excited for that. A red and blue colorway this time. So we are going to have them here. Otherwise, we are actually going to have them with us in Vegas because we are going to the True Amateur Tournament. We have a flight leaving in... in 12 hours, we have a flight leaving. Oh boy. So we are going to be at the TAT, the True Amateur Tournament out in Las Vegas this weekend. So if you live in the Vegas area, you're bowling the event, come say hi. It'd be really great to see you. I'll have a ton of chamois. I'll be bowling a lot. I'll have live streams on TikTok a lot because it's much easier to live stream on TikTok from a phone compared to YouTube. You need a good internet connection for YouTube and it just doesn't work that well. So we are going to be out there. That's going to be happening the next couple of days. But otherwise, I think that's all for like the shameless plugs. I think we're good. Let's jump into a lot of Q&A. So these live streams for anyone new are always question and answer Q&A. I will answer any and every question you guys have. Otherwise, we have a lot of topics to discuss in the back. Now, I'll probably only be live for like an hour and a half this time instead of the full 2 hours. One, because I have a flight super early and have to wake up at 3 a.m. But two, I have been sick the last couple of days, so you might be able to hear in my voice. I'm guessing my voice is going to start kind of petering out in about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to take a lot of water breaks during this. So apologies in advance. But let's check out who is all hanging out. Gabriel over on TikTok and Ms. Keto. What is going on over there, guys? Great to see you guys hanging out with us. Let's hop back in over to the lovely YouTube. We've got Ricky. Is the Ultimate Wrecker any good? Would it be good to pair with the Venom Shock? It is forgiving. You the goat. Hey, thanks, Ricky. Yeah, the Ultimate Wrecker is actually a pretty good bowling ball right now. It's a really good weak and sharp ball. A little bit smoother than some of the other weak and sharp balls on the market. So if you want something that isn't too flippy down lane, that could be a really good option. It would pair well with the Venom Shock too. Jess, this is going to be fun between all the new balls and the re-release Identity. Also just found and bought an undrilled Timeless. Ooh, okay, that's a hard find. I haven't seen a Timeless in a really long time. That ball looked gorgeous, by the way. That was one of the best colorways that Storm has come out with. Like, that colorway was super, super cool on that Timeless. Brooks, Belmo could have a way better release. Yeah, I had somebody message me with a potential rumor that they were trying to make the Identity solid, but they kind of ran out of time or couldn't find the right combination to make it roll good. So that's why they came out with the Identity Pearl again. That was a reason that he said. So I don't know how true it is. It's always a rumor. It was off just one DM, but you never know. So it would make sense why they chose this, why they chose a second Identity so quickly and just changed a colorway. It's a little bit weird. I know it's the sneaker mentality, sneaker selling mentality, but this is a bowling ball, not a sneaker. That's kind of the tough piece. You use bowling balls, sneakers you don't really use. So a little bold. Hey, Colin, what's going on? Is there any new urethane coming? There are no urethanes coming out in the foreseeable future. I don't know if that means something. I don't know if that means we're going to see any problems with urethane in the future. I could see PBA not having it this season. They'd probably make an announcement in August would be my guess, but it's a little weird that no urethanes have come out since last March. Kind of crazy. Hey, Robin over on Twitch, what's going on? Wasn't expecting 4 balls. No, neither was I. I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 just from Storm, but yeah, the 3 surprise drops on Monday were actually pretty cool. I got a text at like, God, it was like 8 a.m. No, it was 10 a.m. and someone said, hey, there were new Storm balls that just dropped. It's like, what? I didn't have any idea. They didn't tease it in the slightest. So cool to see. I always like a teaser though. I always like a little bit of a teaser. So bowling marketing departments, just a little tease on things would be great. That would be appreciated. Aaron, good evening. Hey, how you doing? Quick question. Is it true or false there were supposed to be 5 bowling balls released? Is there a 5th one still missing? So no, it wasn't. There were technically 5. There were technically 5 bowling balls that were released. However, one of them was an Ion Pro Solid that was colored red, white, and blue. There were 250 of them that were poured. They were the same exact Ion Pro Solid, the one that just came out, but it was red, white, and blue because Bowl Expo was in Washington, D.C. So they wanted to match, D.C., so flag, so American flag, so boom, go with that. They only gave them out to VIP pro shops that were at Bowl Expo. So I think they had a little game at their Storm booth is the way it sounded. I wasn't there, so I'm not entirely positive. But from what people told me is that they had a little like wheel spin, like I was gonna say Wheel of Fortune, like Price is Right, basically, where they had the wheel, you spin it, and then you could potentially win an Ion Pro Solid if you were a Storm VIP Pro Shop. So kind of a little game, kind of like a thank you to show up to Bowl Expo to all of their pro shops. So there'll be more collector pieces. So there were technically 5, but really we can only purchase 4 of them. So yes and no. Hey, Kurt, what's going on? Been missing the shows because of League. Hey, good to see you, Kurt. Great to see you in here again. Zin pre-ordered my Gremlin. Nice. The Gremlin seems to be like the winner for this release of bowling balls. Like how the Bubblegum Vibe and the Anger Solid were kind of competing, but I think the Bubblegum ended up winning in terms of the Brunswick releases. I think the Gremlin is the true winner of the Storm releases for July. So kind of cool. Kiss Chaos, what's going on? Bowling Brian, hey, great to see you. Monty Nichols, what is going on? Vatican Knight, what would you guys recommend I add to my arsenal? You have a Phase 2 Evoke Hysteria and a Spare Ball. I would go with a weaker Pearl Ball below the Evoke Hysteria. So you could go like a Road Warrior. You could go with a something like a Scorpion Strike. That's on sale right now. Otherwise, like a Max Thrill Pearl or a Supra Clutch. Any of that would be pretty good. Kurt, if I'm getting a new ball for Have a Ball, should I go with the Ion Pro or Ion Pro Solid? Ion Pro Solid is going to be better for a league shot. Ion Pro is going to be better for a sport shot is really the best way to look at it. The Ion Pro Solid is basically just the Ion Pro for an easier oil pattern. It's a little more length, a little more pop down lane, but not much. Let's see. Gabriel. Oh God, what'd you say? Bro was mad about my rating about Alani's cotton candy. Yeah, I've never had it yet. So for anyone who doesn't know, I actually just started a brand new TikTok page, ZVL Reviews. On that page, we actually review energy drinks and we talk about caffeine and energy drinks. So if you want to come join that, I'd really appreciate it. We're just on TikTok right now for that one. But on our Discord, Gabriel and I are going back and forth with different energy drinks, and he tried a new Alani flavor. It was cotton candy. I was really excited about it. I thought it'd be really good. I haven't tried it yet. He came back and was like, meh, very mid. And I was very disappointed to hear that. Very, very sad to hear that. Let's see, Mick. The Identity recolor release is very lazy and just bad for the bowling market. That is something I wanted to hit on a little bit, is the FOMO marketing strategy from now. Motive and Storm have both done this. Brunswick hasn't yet. I don't think they ever will because they don't have a ball that would be popular enough, minus like a Black Widow. I could see them doing it with a Black Widow, some crazy wild colorway, but I don't know. They really haven't made a reason to do that yet. But yeah, Storm and Motive are doing this limited release thing to try to hit FOMO. If anyone doesn't know, FOMO is fear of missing out. So that's something that you do in marketing where, hey, this is only a limited time sale that you've probably seen, like, you know, Prime Days, or when you see like an infomercial and they're like, for the next 4 minutes, if you use this code, we'll give you another one free. And then it's always a bad deal. But that is what bowling has started to go into, with Storm and Motive trying to do an Identity and then an Identity 2, which is just the Identity but a different color. It's interesting. It's odd. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. FOMO usually ends up biting you at the end of the day because the fans get sick of it. So yeah, that one's really, really interesting. I don't know. It's going to be very odd to see what happens. Hey, that one left-handed bowler, first 800 with the EJ. Hey, awesome. Congrats. That is awesome to hear. Love that. Brooks, thanks. Yeah, you are welcome. Brian, thanks for the reply on my comment. Absolutely. James, what's going on? Brandon, that finger swelled because I bowled a lot. PS told me to get a pitch change. Finally got reverse pitch, and that decision has been a game changer. Yes, if you do not have reverse pitch, you need it. There are almost no bowlers in the world who can use forward pitch on their fingers. If you have your span and there is not reverse pitch, I'd recommend checking it out just in case, because you probably need it. That is always a good thing to have, is that reverse pitch, because fingers don't bend that way. That was a very old school thing from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Mark Timmer, you have a Phase 2, an Outer Limits Pearl, and an Exponent Pearl. What Storm Ball would you recommend to fill this arsenal? Hey, Bandit, what's going on? Oh, he is spamming all the gifts. Just a second on that. We have an I'm new here, Finger Hearts, Lightning Bolt, TikTok, chill. So many things, Outlaw. Thank you so much for all the gifts over on TikTok. Appreciate it. Let's see. You had a Phase 2, Outer Limits Pearl, and an Exponent Pearl. Honestly, You might want to go with something that's a little, you want to bowl the track area. I would go with something a little bit weaker then. You could go with like an IQ Tour. You could go with like I mean, honestly, the Ion Pro, not the solid, but the original could be a good choice too. Something, or if you want to go super weak, you could go like a Hustle Earth could be also good. So any of those might not be bad plays. And feel like my shots are going too straight. Maybe two up the back. Should I focus more on turning my hand? I feel like I'm turning fingers through the ball. What you want to do is you still need a little rotation, but you want your fingers to do the job. You don't want your wrist to do the job. You want your wrist to create the revolutions. You want your fingers to be able to create that little bit of rotation. So as your fingers are going through it, if you're right up the back, you want them almost to go around it a little bit and then get through it. So your fingers going through that way versus that way will be the game changer for that. Brian, new for me. Just went to the Jopo. Still working out some minor kinks in the fit. Liking the change so far. Good. That's awesome. That's great to hear. Jopos are really good. They are a really good brand right now. Don, sorry I'm late. Oh, don't worry. Was watching how to build a hammer arsenal. No, all good. Hope you get feeling better. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. Don Clifton then. Hello from New Jersey. What is going on? Robin, no tap tournament was supposed to be Saturday, but got moved up to Friday at 11:30. Think it'll be done by 3. I mean, well, it depends how long it is. It depends how long that tournament is. Might be a little close, though. James, starting league at the new center. I have a feeling the family-owned center we have to leave won't be opening back up, but we're hoping for the best. Hey, I really hope that place does open back up. That'd be really good if it did. Let's see. Gabriel, ZVL with the dot technology in B7. Do layouts like pin down matter or no? Yes, layouts still matter. Their dot technology just means you can drill into the pin and it's A-okay. That's the only thing that means. You still need to put a layout on it to make it work well. So absolutely. Ralphie, when you say weak sharp or strong sharp, are you talking overall hook or early versus late? I'm talking early versus late. I'm always talking, yeah, where it hooks on the lane. Stronger ball will hook earlier and want to hook more in oil. Weaker ball will not. Desmond, that being said, I have the hyperdrive. I have my eyes on the EX. Most of my bowling is local leagues. Are the EX and RST too similar? No, the EX is going to be a bit weaker. It's going to be overall a good amount weaker than the hyperdrive. So I don't think you should have too much of a problem. Pravada, what's going on, Pravada? I really like the Cove color scheme. People are either like, I love the Cove color scheme or I hate the Cove color scheme. I had Maribeth Baker text me right after it came out and she's like, I need this thing. And other people in my comments are like, that is the ugliest ball I've ever seen. But it's so funny. It's so all over the place with, do people love it or do people hate it? It's crazy. Really, really funny. Gandhi, which lanes offer better performance and durability, AMF or Brunswick? Also, which are easier and more cost effective? As long as they're synthetics, they're pretty much the same. There really is no difference in terms of like how good or bad AMFs versus Brunswick lanes are. Some hook a little bit more than others, but they're both really easy to maintain. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Brooks, a solid Belmo would have definitely been a way better option for a secret release, same cherry smell, one color change, just a month. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I was texting somebody about it on the side and he was like, "Yeah, this was an awful idea." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not a fan. I was really not a fan when I read it." And just I mean, the biggest thing is like if this would have happened in 4 more months, like if it would have been around Thanksgiving time and they're like, "Hey, surprise, remember that identity from earlier in the year? It's back." Where now it's like people still have just drilled their original identity. Like they could have drilled them last week and now you're popping out a new one. It's just way too close of a time frame. Like if you're doing the sneaker release, you don't release them every like 2-3 months. You wait a while for a new colorway. So I know I was a little disappointed by that. A little bit disappointed. RJ, what's going on? Watch out, bro. Louis Napolis changing his format similar to yours. Yeah, I did see that. There have been more YouTubers that are doing the sit down conversations, like I do. It's kind of humorous. It's fine. That's fine. I started a trend. I'll be okay with that. No, I saw Lewis signed with Motive again, so cool. I know he's popped out a few more videos, but it's just you got to be consistent on socials, guys. You got to stay consistent. That is the big one. Desmond, we already hit that one. All right, let me hit up TikTok quick. Outlaw, what does it mean when they say cut is plus or minus 125 pins? So when you hear the plus or minus system in bowling, what they're referring to is your average compared to 200. So if I bowl 3 games and I shoot 650, well, I am plus 50 pins above a 200 average. Where if you shoot 550, you're at minus 50 pins because you're 550 under that 200 average. So that's your average out of 200 pins. So that hopefully is a pretty straightforward way to explain plus or minus. I should make a bowling term video on that sometime soon, because that one gets asked a bunch, and for very good reasons. Very good reasons. Jake, I asked my PSO to replace a ball from Reactiglass and put on Power Edge because it gets slimy. He wouldn't do it and said I needed better ball cleaner. No, you don't need ball cleaner at all. Like a lot of the time. No, that's Reactiglass. Reactiglass was awful. It's like across the pro shop industry was the worst polish to put on. We actually avoided Reactiglass a lot of the time at our shop. I actually just put it on my spare ball to try to make it hook less compared to Power Edge for this weekend. So no, it is, yeah, you need Power Edge. Don't do Reactiglass. Power Edge doesn't get as slimy as quickly. Brooks, I would really love a new EJ Evoke. Love the Hysteria, and the EJ version would be awesome. I could see a hybrid Evoke being, well, probably not an EJ one because they just released this one. I bet you'll see a hybrid Evoke sooner rather than later, though. Bergina, do you think the Evoke Hysteria is too similar to the Gremlin? No, I don't think so. I think the Gremlin is a bit weaker. Everything I've seen so far, actually a few staffers have actually gotten their Gremlins already. It is a good amount weaker than the Hysteria. It's honestly, the Gremlin is fairly close to the Attention Star in terms of strength. Let's see. Alex, I just got my first ball, the Ultimate Wrecker. Nice, that's awesome. Do you recommend to get a spare ball next or learn to use the Ultimate Wrecker and get something stronger? I would recommend get used to the Ultimate Wrecker, try to pick up spares with it, and see, do I need that spare ball? Then ask that question. If you're always hooking around your corner pins, then I'd recommend a spare ball, but I would recommend trying it first before you go and purchase another one, because maybe you're really good at picking up spares with your wrecker and you don't need a spare ball. So then you don't want to go buy one and then not have to use it. Johnny A, hey, what's up, Johnny? I have an Optimum Idol Pearl and just got a Road Warrior. Would I need a Zen 25? No, absolutely not. I think the Optimum Idol and the Zen are very close together, so I don't think you need both. Gandhi, how tall are you? I'm 6'5". Yeah, I am a 6'5". If you watch my video with Theo from Rex, you're going to notice I am abnormally taller than him. I think I don't know exactly how tall he is, maybe 5'10" or so. Yeah, probably around 5'9", 5'10". So yeah, I've got, I don't know, math, 7-ish inches on him. That's why whenever I make an announcement like, yeah, I'm going to this tournament, just look for the abnormally tall guy in ZVL merch, because it is I think when I was in Michigan, like 5 different people came up to me to like say hi, and they're like, wow, you are a lot taller than I thought. So that is the first thing I hear from most people. So that's how it is. Mark, thanks for the reply. Enjoy your ball reviews and Arsenal rankings. Hey, thank you, Mark. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Dan, thanks for the tip. You are welcome. Ryan, you think you can start and finish a 3-game league with the High Road 40 as a 2-handed lefty? As a lefty, I think there's a better chance. That might be a little too clean. It really depends on the league, on the house shot, on the lanes, on everything. So potentially, I think as a lefty, you have a better chance than most, because lefties go through a lot less. They go through a lot less transition. So I think that's more likely. Hey, Smitty over on TikTok, what's going on? Good to see you. Gabriel, Hammer Effect, 3D Attack, Phase 2, HX10. Am I missing anything? Hammer Effect, 3D Attack, Phase 2. It looks pretty good right now for a 4-ball arsenal. If you want to stick with 4, I think that's a pretty good one right now. A pretty good one right now. I forgot I needed to run ads on Twitch so that people didn't get ads just thrown at them. Apologies over there. Let me pop that quick. Apologies to Twitch. I'm gonna run a very quick ad. Hey, Lance, good morning at night. What's going on? Good to see you. All right, let's see. Matty Nitro, what are some options for a Road Warrior after a Road Warrior when it's really burnt? You could go Typhoon, Hustle M&M, otherwise maybe a High Road 40. I'd recommend staying away from the High Road 40, though, if you have the Road Warrior. I'd say a Typhoon might be your best bet. Hustle Glow will be number 2. Robin, quick intermediate differential explanation. Yes. So intermediate differential, otherwise known as mass bias. There's a couple other names for it, but those are the main two you're going to hear. That is a part of the core, or a number that we use for the core, that only exists on asymmetrical bowling balls before you drill them. There is an intermediate differential after you put holes in it, but we're only talking before you drill it. So intermediate differential is a number that shows how much more that ball is going to flare because it's asymmetric, how much more it's going to hook in general. So a higher intermediate differential will mean more flare. So the number usually ranges between like 0.005 and 0.030, I think, is the maximum. So you're going to see numbers all in there. The lower the number is, the less flare that ball is going to have, even though it's asymmetric. So there's your quick bowling term session. Matthew, identity is crazy. 242. Hey, nice. That's awesome. And then I managed a 233 last game. Nice, Matthew. That is awesome. Congrats. That's huge. Franchise, great work as always, Zach. Thanks, Franchise. Appreciate it. Good seeing you. I have my first scratch tournament coming up this weekend. 2025 Team USA Trials Men Day 3. I do not know which one that is. 2025 Team USA Trials Men Day 3 foil pattern. That one is 45 feet and flat-ish. So you are going to want to play. I think a lot of people played the gutter on that one more than I thought they would. So I think playing the gutter with stronger bowling balls, so stronger, smooth bowling balls, are going to be a good play for you. That's going to be probably your best option. Let's see who's over here. Gabriel, I mean with my spare ball. Yes, spare ball always helps too. Smitty, what's the topic today? Smitty, we have 4 new Storm bowling balls that were announced, so we're trying to hit up a little bit on what we think those balls are going to do. Otherwise, our open Q&A, anything else going on in the bowling world. We didn't have a crazy amount of news this last week, minus the Storm bowling balls, and then last week we had the Brunswick bowling balls get announced. So really, it's just kind of looking forward. We're probably going to have a little bit of quiet time now for a couple of weeks, and then once we get to August, it's going to look like full steam ahead for a lot of bowling news and things like that. So nothing too crazy today, minus the brand new bowling balls. The Cove, the Ember, the Gremlin, and then the Identity. I think it's Identity BCP. I think it's Black Cherry Purple, if I remember right. Midnight Cherry is what Belmo's calling it. So it's Marvel Pearl colors is the best way to remember it. Don, can I use an Arctic vibe in place of the Hazmat Solid? Probably not. I think the Arctic is going to be just a little bit too weak to be a replacement for it. I think it's just a little too weak, a little too tiny of a core. Pravada, I'm thinking about getting the $100 mystery bowling box just for fun. Yeah, if you don't care what you get, go nuts. I got 4 of them, and I got 4 Brunswick bowling balls. Technically 2 Deviate. What did I get? 2 Deviate balls. I got 1 Brunswick ball, and then I got what was my 4th ball? 2 Deviate balls with the Chill and the Dark Side, a Beyond Infinity, and then, Intense Mindset. 2 Brunswick, 2 Deviate balls. So that is what I got. Abe with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Abe, for hopping in. Really appreciate the super chat. Black Widow Hybrid and Ambush. What should I change? I don't think you need to change anything. I just get a ball that's a little bit weaker. So you have 2 asymmetrical bowling balls. Try to find something symmetrical. So you have a Motive ball and a Brunswick ball. You could go with like the Scorpion Strike is kind of cheap right now. You could go with the Phase 2 is pretty good, right? Is always amazing. Something like that is going to be a little bit better to be like a ball down from those guys when those balls that you mentioned are just hooking too much. Brooks, I think the colorway of the Cove fits the Gremlin more than the Cove. The cover colorway would be awesome. I mean, yes, you're right. I think you are 100% right that I think that Gremlin could have been like this super bright in-your-face color, which I'm a little surprised they didn't do. Rotogrip is usually the one to do that, like, just in-your-face colorway. Like, the Idols, the Optimum Idols, like, they're all very bright pinks. You had the Hyperdrive, which was pretty bright. They had a couple other bright bowling balls before that I can't remember. All the Hyped were pretty bright. Hyped. One's always a hard one to say plural. But those were always bright. So yeah, I'm a little surprised, but I think the Cove fits really well. Like you can tell Ember, of course, they went for the red, the bright red, which is gorgeous, by the way. I love that colorway with a passion. And then the Cove, where they went with the blues, the greens, the softer colors. So I really like what they're doing with those two bowling balls in terms of like what they are and the naming scheme and all that. I think they did a great job. But yeah, the Gremlin, they could have made it super bright just to fit like gremlins, basically. But yeah, no, I agree. Dawn, I tried the small wrist adjustment you used in that 1v1 against Rex, and my nines turned into strikes. Hey, there we go. Glad that one helped for you. Glad that one helped. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a trick that works for me once in a while. Sometimes it fails miserably, but sometimes it's okay. Gandhi, I've heard that lane oil patterns can react differently depending on the temperature. Yes, temperature and humidity can impact oil patterns. Like in my home center, for example, I live in Minnesota, so the temperature can range about 300 degrees up or down because we live in a frozen tundra or on the sun's surface in the summer. Today was like 88 degrees or something ridiculous. It was probably minus 10 about 6 months ago. But I know in the summer for us, the pattern plays like there's a lot less oil, where the winter it actually feels a little bit more wet. So that's what I noticed, but it always depends. Some bowling alleys play a little bit differently. Catch up a little bit over on the TikToks. We are live on 3 different stations, by the way. We're live on Twitch, on TikTok, and on YouTube right now. So if I'm not hitting comments that are in your specific system, that's because I'm reading off from a different one. Let's see, where were we at? Oh, Buff Wolf, what's going on? Let's see. Gabriel, rain greater than ghost. No. Ghost is eons better. I will die on that hill. Buff Wolf, I've been bowling one-handed for a year now and I can't get any revs. I've been considering going two-handed. That's always a tough one. I'd recommend trying it. It might feel more natural for your body. Just because, but don't drill a new ball for it. Just try it one-handed, see what you can do, practice with it a few times, see if it feels better or worse, and then make a decision from there. Matty Nitro, would the Ember fit in between the Attention Star and the Road Warrior? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know yet. I haven't seen enough comparisons. The only comparison I've seen with that Ember is Ryan Barnes's video, and he just showed the Cove. I think it was the Cove against the Ember, and that was really it. So we did see the Ember is very angular, super, super sharp down lane. So is it going to fit in between? I think it's going to be around the Road Warrior strength-wise, but it's going to be a heck of a lot more angular down lane is my guess. So far, we just haven't seen it enough to know. Dakota Bowles, what's going on? The new identity I'm pissed came out because I bought a replacement phase 2 and a urethane. If I would have known before I bought them, that would have bought that ball. Hey, there's a lot of people a little bit upset for that reason. I've actually seen others who are like, I wouldn't have bought the first one if I knew a better colorway was coming out, which yeah, I don't think anybody realized that, like, hey, we're going to come out with more of these things. It was, this is it, and that's all we're going to do. Kind of like the Jackal EJ. But, I mean, it's a good sales tactic to like, hey, just kidding, they're back. Like, a lot of companies do that. I know Ghost Energy Drinks just did that with their one of their strawberry flavors. They're like, it's gone forever. Just kidding, it's here again. A couple months later. So, yeah, it's tough. I don't know. That identity was such an odd choice. Such an odd choice at the end of the day. Don, can I use the Arctic Vibe in place? Oh, we hit that one. Brian, I'm thinking about getting the OG High Road, which comes with reactive glass. Should I have the PSO change it to Power Edge? See, I don't know. I don't know if the High Road is coming with reactive glass anymore. I know the website probably says that. I feel like they fully switched over to Power Edge. I have no idea, though. I can't confirm. Someone who can confirm is Damn Whiny Reviews. What's going on? I was actually told the story of why the reactive glass was so bad. I'll have to tell you next time I see you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Please do. I've heard a few stories of the reactive glass. We do kind of know, like, it is fairly public knowledge that the reason some of those storm balls were so soft or failed the hardness test, that was like the phase 4, the original Wolverine, the Trend 2, was because of the polish on them was causing it somehow. I don't know. That was never truly confirmed by Storm or anything, but that was kind of a few staffers came out in public. I think Luke Rosdahl even came out and said that. But yeah, that'd be interesting to hear. Big B, what's going on? Does the PAP say something about the bowler? 18 months ago it was 4 and 7/8, 11/16 up. Now it's 3 and 5/8 and 11/16 up. Um, there really isn't a good or bad PAP. Like, if you're too extreme, like if you're, I don't know, 1.5 inch PAP, there's usually a little bit of an issue, but there really is no good or bad positive access point. It's really your ball roll that matters. So no, not really. It means your form might be improving. If your pro shop said that, that's awesome. Super good. Hey, Benjamin Franklin, back from the dead. Welcome back. Would the Cove be a good ball between the Phase 2 and the Evoke Hysteria and the Vibo? Ooh, that's a good question. Would it be a good ball between the Phase 2 and the Hysteria and the Vibo? Honest, yes. It's weaker than the Phase 2, and it comes at 4,000 grit. It's a hybrid. It hooks a little bit later, a little bit sharper. It still seems like a pretty smooth ball, smoother than I thought it would be, but it is one that's going to go later than a Phase 2. Now, is it going to fit between an Evoke Hysteria? I don't know. I feel the Evoke hooks pretty early. It might actually be, I think it would be after the Evoke Hysteria and even potentially after the Vibo. So it might be a ball down from those guys as well, just in terms of hooking a little bit later. Just a wee little bit later. See, where are we over here? Buff Wolf. I've been researching some two-handed tips. I'm going to try to get more speed. There you go. Yeah, try it out. Might as well try it. You're not really losing much. It's good to know like how to throw both ways. That was kind of my big one when I came out with that two-handed video from No Thumb Nation. Go check them out, by the way. They're awesome. Just to try it because I want to be able to help two-handed bowlers a little more. Like I feel like if I understand the game and know how to do it a little better, I can help explain that to other two-handers. So yeah, I would recommend it. I would always recommend it. Let's see. Aiden might replace my Revolt Uprising with a Sub-Zero. Yeah, the Sub-Zero is very close to it. So if you want a ball that's close, 100%, I think that's a good idea. Damn whiny. I don't know. I honestly don't know about the High Road and Reactive Gloss. From what I was told, it had to do with the paint, the use to color the engravings. Yeah, so kind of funny with the paint. There was I think I told this story on stream already, but I drilled a Phase AI. I personally hated it. I really never liked my Phase AI. I tried a bunch of different surfaces on it. Something really unique with it is we got it, and the guy at our pro shop who I work with told me, hey, I'd recommend trying to wipe off some of the paint on the logo. Like, what do you mean? He's like, trust me. So I got a paper towel wet. I rubbed it over the logo, and the logo was very much like it was rubbing off on the paper towel. The paint just didn't really settle the right way, is my guess. So after about 5 shots, I had no red in my logo for the Phase AI. Like the logo is, I think, a very bright red, if I remember right. And it was white. My Phase AI was just pure white. It was crazy, super, super weird. It didn't happen with other people's AIs. That was mine, and that's partially probably a reason why I didn't like that ball. I think it might have just been a really bad one. I think it might have been a bad pour. Like, there's just a lot of bad things happening with it, is my guess. Because that ball never hooked for me. It either never hooked or it hooked at my toes and then left a 710. I 710'd a lot with that ball. Granted, I 710'd a lot with my Beyond Infinity last Thursday also, so I 710 with a lot of stuff, I guess. How do you get the 7 and the 10 out at the same time? Someone help. Druider. Arsenal help. Yeah, absolutely. Black Widow Legend, Hazmat Solid, High Road, Pitch Black, and a Tropical Surge. Outer Limits and Gremlin or something else. I need to check which Black Widow is the Black Widow Legend. Black Widow Legend was that a dull one? It looks like a dull one. That was a hybrid. That was a symmetrical gas mask hybrid. Huh. Yeah, TLDR for that is yeah, I think a Gremlin would fit best. I think the Outer Limit Solid is a little too close to that and the Hazmat Solid, so go with a Gremlin. Gremlin looks cool, by the way, too. It looks really good going down the lane so far that I've seen. Gandhi, I actually meant the lane machines. Oh, between AMF and Brunswick. I know from the little bit of experience I have working on lane machines, the Brunswick ones were tough because they were using a very old operating system. And I know we had to send ours in a lot to Brunswick themselves to actually fix it. Nobody tell Brunswick this, but we actually had, I'm a computer science and math major. So, where I work, I'm a software developer, and I had a guy eon smarter than me who was with me, who was just getting into bowling, and we were trying to fix the lane machine, but it kept getting us to an error. Because we couldn't access the OS. So we called him in, and he was actually able to hack into the lane machine to be able to find what we needed. It was awesome. It was really cool. But it was like, I think he said they're on a 1998 operating system or something crazy. But AMF, I really don't have much experience with. So not positive. Don, my friend Jeff is 6'5", and he stands out on the lanes too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody over 6 feet generally stands out on a bowling lane. Robin, I figured when I didn't see it on symmetricals. Yes, yes, only an asymmetrical ball will have an intermediate differential until you drill it. And that gets super, super overly technical. If you want to know a little bit more about that, I know Mo Pinnell had some amazing videos on the Radical page explaining post-drilling numbers and all that jazz. So it's very good and way over my skill level. Ricardo, I just started bowling 3 weeks ago and I just got my first ball. Nice. And my buddies gave me a harsh reality solid and an endeavor. Any tips or advice moving forward? Yeah, I think you have plenty of bowling balls to start if you just started 3 weeks ago. So I'd recommend sticking with those. For you, the harsh reality is going to hook the earliest. So you're going to notice a lot of hook out of that ball. But there's going to be times where it hits the pocket and it hits like it's really flat. We call that, I always like to call that hitting like a marshmallow or a pillow. That's when you want to go to that endeavor or that hustle glow, and then you're going to start striking again. That's the best advice I can give for now. Let's see, Gabriel. We hit the dot one a little bit. Yeah, Gabriel. I think we already hit this a little bit. But the dot technology just means that you can drill out the pin and there's no problems. That's really all it is. Johnny A, thank you so much. I want a free Ion Pro Solid. Hey, that is a $200 pull. Not bad, not bad. I love that. That's going to be like between a week. That one's weird, right? Like I assumed it was going to be a weak smooth, but seeing it go down a lane, it fits in between like medium sharp, weak sharp, and weak smooth. Like the surface of it matters a lot. If you put it down to 2000 grit, it's very much like between weak and medium smooth. But if you keep it at box, it's like it kind of fits in between literally every category in the weak and medium. So it's so weird. It's good. It's phenomenal. People are loving that ball. I was partially wrong about it when I first talked about it. I was not the happiest with it because I don't like that those balls are $200. I think it's a little bit overkill, but it is pretty much a better Ion Pro in a lot of ways, especially if you're bowling on something a little easier. So love that. I did see the Aggie with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Aggie. Appreciate it. Ball recommendation for a two-handed righty switching the lefty one hand, no thumb. Ooh, that's a big switch. Due to long-term shoulder issues. Yeah, I would recommend something weak. I would recommend something in the hustle line, something in the tropical surge line, in the raw line, because you're going to notice that you are going to be throwing it probably pretty slow off the rip. Especially no thumb is always a little bit tougher. So you're going to be throwing it a little bit slower. So be ready for that. Definitely be ready for that. But I'm going to try to get off stream enough to wipe my nose a little bit. I'm still just a little bit sick, which is very annoying. Little bit sick, which sucks. Ryan, top 3 balls you're excited about after this mass drop. Ooh. For me, I'm going to give 2 lists. One of them is for like my own personal game. I am most excited for, I think the Cove. Really, I think that ball is going to be really good. I don't know why. I think it's just unique enough where it fits a cool part of the bag. I think the Cove. The Ember doesn't really have much of a use for me. I don't use a lot of weak, shiny stuff, just with ball roll and speed and all that jazz. I love the Ember for everybody else out there. I think that ball is going to be really cool. It is just skid snap, which is awesome, but I'm going to go Cove. I got to remember all the Brunswick balls. There were so many. What was all in there? Theorem Solid. I think Theorem Solid. I'll go Theorem Solid, and then I'll go Gremlin. I want to go Gremlin too. The Gremlin overall, the reviews are really high right now. It's a unique ball too. Storm came out with some super, super unique bowling balls, which is really cool. Brunswick, a lot of them kind of fit the categories of other bowling balls, where Storms actually fit gaps. They fit really cool gaps in the game right now, and that's awesome. I love seeing that so much. Something we run into like on this channel when we look at a lot of Brunswick stuff, and not Motive, not as much, but sometimes a little bit, is you have bowling balls in the same category that you don't need both, and you have a big gap between ball A and ball B. Like, I mean, Brunswick, you could go like a Mesmerize down to an Ethos Solid down to a Turbo X below that. It's like that's a big gap between that Ethos and the Turbo, where you'd love something in between there. That's where like a Cove would fit a little better. So I think that's gonna be really cool for the general population. I think I don't know if the Cove will be as well liked. I think the Ember is gonna be really good. Ember, Gremlin, and then I think I'd go like Bubblegum Vibe probably. I think for the general population, it seems like people really like that ball. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Vatican Knight, I just got my first two-handed ball drilled, but since it was no pap was measured, sometimes I can hear the ball rolling over the fingers. So if you're two-handed, that might not be because of the PAP. I'd recommend finding your pap just to see what the layout is. If you don't know your layout, I'd recommend trying to find a way to know it. Ms. Kita, hammerhead or anger? Ooh. Hammerhead's going to be a little bit stronger. So if you need a stronger bowling ball and more oil, go with the hammerhead. If you want something a little quicker down lane, go with the anger. They both look good, and they look like you can have them both in the same bag. But for this, yeah, it's a little bit stronger. Little bit stronger. Smitty, Rev Dominant Righty. How would you recommend drilling the Hyper Venom, and how will it differ from other layouts? So Rev Dominant, I would go with like a 5-inch pin on that guy. The core is already pretty weak, but a 5-inch pin will be able to help out a little bit, make it a little weaker. So go like 5x40 maybe. So the layout won't matter. Layouts don't matter like a crazy amount. They still matter. Don't, I know J.R. Raymond came out with a video saying layouts don't matter. That was a little clickbaity. They do matter, but not as much as the core and the cover stock. So it matters, just not as much. Ralphie, I appreciate your knowledge and are cultivating a great community. Hey, thank you, Ralphie. Appreciate it. Trash Panda on Twitch. What is going on, man? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Ms. Keita, I need stronger. Yep, then hammerhead. Definitely a hammerhead then. Bradford Russ. After following your input, I'm getting a phase 2. I'm looking for something weaker, not too sharp, to add before the Hustle M&M. Current league pattern is short and dries fast. The Cove might be a pretty good option for you. I'd recommend checking out that Cove. That could fit well there. Aaron Springborn, question. This is for a friend who I go bowling with. He has a hammer effect. He's thinking about getting a special effect. Do you think it's the best choice? If he only has the effect, no, I don't think it's the right choice. I think he can go with something weaker, some kind of symmetrical ball. The effect and special effect are a little too close together to have in the same bag unless you have like 6 to 8 bowling balls. Then we hit Aggie. Also, besides what Storm has announced, if you had your way for a day, what bowling ball do you wish for them to release? You pick the cover, core, weight block, everything. Ooh, I'm always bad with these. I'm always really bad with these. I would go physics core with, I like the physics core a lot. I just drilled out a physics blackout, by the way, last night. That ball hooks. That ball hooks so early. Oh my God. It was 2000 grit, super dull 2000, and it hooked at my toes in the bowling center I bowl at. Granted, the bowling center I bowl at hooks a lot, so wasn't a good choice by any means. Like, it was a lose-lose in the ball I picked, but it hooks a lot. Let's see. Dre, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate that. So I would go like physics core with like what would be a good cover? What do I like? No, not a Zen cover. Maybe like an R2S cover. That'd be a big difference. That'd be a really big difference, actually. Maybe not that. Maybe not that. Maybe like, how about no, here we go. I like the Origin a lot. How about the Origin with like a weaker Pearl cover stock? Like with the Zen cover stock, I think that could be kind of cool. I think that could be kind of dope. Buff Wolf, just out of curiosity, can you plug thumb holes in the PBA? No. So PBA bowlers cannot have any plug in their bowling ball. I think regionals are different. I'm not positive though, but you cannot throw a plugged ball on the PBA on the national tour. You have to have a ball where the only holes that have ever been put in it are the ones that you're using. So it's a rule to kind of avoid like putting lead in a weight hole or some stupid things like that, which people have done before. People definitely have done that before. we'll do a very very quick shameless plug. We do have brand new Shammies. If you guys haven't known, we sell Shammies through dhlab3d.com. DHLab is an awesome website with a ton of cool bowling stuff. They actually create some ZVL bowling chamois for us. These things are really cool chamois. This is our third colorway. This one's a red and blue. We've had a green and blue, and then we've had a pink and, what was that one? Pink and purple in the past. So if you want to grab a ZVL chamois, they're only $20. I believe shipping's about $4. So one of the cheaper chamois you can get, and these things are super, super durable. I'm still using both of mine that I got months ago at this point. Otherwise, I'm wearing a ZVL bowling shirt. If you guys want any merch, we have it on Bowler Store. One of the largest bowling online retailers on the internet actually helps us make merch. So if you guys are over there, go grab a bowling ball, go grab some stuff from them, and then pick up a ZVL shirt if you're over there. Otherwise, let us keep clicking. We are going through a full Q&A today with any questions you guys have about anything and everything bowling or non-bowling related. I do have one ask for you today. I need some help. So I need help picking an arsenal. I am bowling the True Amateur Tournament at the Orleans in Las Vegas. So if you've bowled the True Amateur Tournament or you bowled in the Orleans, we are bowling on 37 feet, 29 mils, pretty much flat, and I need help with my final 2 bowling balls. So right now I'm bringing my spare ball. I am bringing a purple hammer, of course. I'm bringing my Pink Widow urethane, so basically just the purple hammer with a Black Widow core. I'm bringing the Effect Tour because that's a really good short oil ball. And then the last 2 bowling balls, I want to pick two of these four. I want to go either the Origin, the Zen 25, the Vaporize, or the Physics Blackout. What do you guys think I should bring? It's a short pattern. I need at least one shiny ball. I don't know how the True Amateur Tournament works, if you bowl on the burn or the double burn or anything. So if you bowled it, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it because I don't know what I'm walking into. I couldn't find any info online about how this tournament operates in a lot of ways. There just is not much, unfortunately. I will be streaming the entire event, by the way, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, whatever events that I bowl, but I don't know what I'm walking into at the end of the day. We're going to see. Let's go back to some questions, though. We have Josh F., who has a Hyperdrive, Identity, Rockstar, Zen 25, Ultimate Record, Typhoon. Pretty much covered for League. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is there overlap with the Ember and the Zen? No, not at all. Not at all. You're good with that. Corey, good afternoon. You do an amazing job as usual. Thank you, Corey. 4 best balls to build a League arsenal with from this past year. I would recommend checking out my best 6-ball arsenal. That video will have the best options for you. That is up to date, completely up to date. That'll have the best balls in the industry right now. Dan Tippett, yes, Gem was really bright. Thank you. Brooks, anything you would recommend from 900 Global? Not exactly. Weird. I don't remember your last question, Brooks. What did you have? That was a minute ago. You were just talking about the balls. Yeah. Okay. Robert Young, as a righty two-hander, I've started to develop a big drift left. 6 boards trying to develop more speed. No, you don't. How do I get rid of the big hop step? No, I don't worry about drift. So one of the biggest misconceptions with bowling is that drift is bad. If drift is consistent and it's not messing up your arm swing, drift is okay. Most people drift. Very few people end up on the same board that they're standing on. Now, drifting, as a righty, if you're drifting left, that's okay. Like, go watch Belmo's drift. I think he's like 10 boards or so. So you're okay with drifting a little bit, Robert. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about that at all. Tyler, hey, Zach, do you think the Ion Pro Solid is close to the Turbo X? No, I think it's a lot stronger. Is the Ion Max similar to the Zigzag? No, I think the Ion Max is a lot more. Because on Buddies, they're 70 each. That's insane. The Turbo X is already down to 70? No shot. Really? We love Buddies Pro Shop, too. There's no way. We're finding this out live. Let's see. Turbo. Oh, why did it not appear? Ebonite Turbo. See what appears. I'm seeing it at 144 yet. Maybe at a different weight. I'm not seeing it at 70, but either way, No, they're close-ish, but not super close by any means. Dakota, this color was a lot better. Absolutely. Hey, Gavin Newsom is here with an alien profile pic. That's definitely the real one. Yeah. Do you think the IQAI is a better dry ball than the Ember, or will the Ember be better for dry on house shot? Do you think either of them would be a good pairing with a Rockstar? So I don't know about the Ember quite yet. We just haven't seen it go down the lane enough to be able to answer that. And unfortunately, I don't receive anything from Storm, or from anybody actually. Will the Ember be better on dry house shot? The IQAI is good on the dry if you keep the shine on it. The Ember looks like that's going to be where it's good. So I think they both can work there. I just don't know how well the Ember will to start. Hey, Check MP, what's going on? How you doing? All right, let me catch up over here a little bit. Zachary, what's your honest opinion? Does brand matter or is it personal preference? Right now, the main three brands, Brunswick, Storm, and Motive, are all phenomenal in their own right. They all make really, really good bowling balls a lot of the time. They do really, really good jobs. So to answer your question, no, this is also probably the closest we've seen the three brands in terms of ball reaction. In the past, if you ask me like 7-8 years ago, Brunswick was the earliest hooking, then it was Motive, then it was Storm. Now they're kind of all in the same area. Motive still hooks a little bit earlier and is a little smoother, but they're all fairly close. They're all fairly close at the end of the day, so no, it really doesn't. Gabriel, Jinzo versus Blue Eyes. Oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon all the way. I love the design of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sir Isaac, can't wait to leave 10 of these on the table after League. Hey, there you go. That's exactly, well, you know, if you forget one, you can still buy another, but this helps you not forget it. If you do, thank you. That's great advertising for whoever picks one up. I know when I was with Theo from Rex in Michigan, there was a guy that texted him and said, hey, I just found your chamois at a random bowling tournament. Someone just left it here. So you can find them all over the place. Buff Wolf, I think the red and blue looks the best. Really? Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it turned out really, really well. It's it's honestly a fantastic colorway. It's a little more dull than a lot of the other colorways. Like I have my old pink and purple one, and this one is super, super bright, but I still really like this red and blue. If you like red and blue, that's the one to get. Definitely. Gabriel, we got to do a viewer 1v1. Oh boy, you guys would smoke me. No. Zacho, when in doubt, Vibo it out. Exactly. Ricky, Gremlin is very interesting. Can't decide between that and the Evoke. Yeah, if you want a stronger ball, the Evoke will be stronger, but the Gremlin will be a little cleaner and quicker. Matthew, do you think it's still the same type of limited aspect on the Identity? Yes, and they are actually all sold out to distributors. You can still buy them at pro shops. Some pro shops will have it, but they sold out very quickly. They did only make a very limited quantity of them. Daver, are your chamois available? Yes, the chamois are live and available. dhlab3d.com is where you're gonna find them. I'll actually grab it's in my description of my YouTube, but let me grab one quick. Oh, we actually sold out of the green and blues. I thought we had a couple green and blues left, but we must be out. There, I'll throw the link. The link is gonna be thrown in my YouTube if you want to go check that out. There you go. For anybody who wants one. Where were we at? Damn Whiny. We hit with the Reactor Gloss. Don Clay. I love your name, by the way, Nick. That's awesome. I love saying Damn Whiny. Don, I think the pat measurement is good as long as you don't track over the fingers. Yeah, and for a one-hander, absolutely. It's just good to know your layout. I always recommend know what your layout of your ball is because that helps you answer some of the questions that are hard to answer in bowling. If your ball is not doing what you want it to, it might not be because of your physical game. It might be the layout on it. That's a possibility. So it's always good to know it just to have an idea what's going on. Don, I just ordered the new Anger. Hey, nice. Perfect. That ball does look really good. Yeah, it's going to be a good league ball is my opinion, my guess. Charmaine, what ball does the new Identity compare to? The old Identity. It's the same ball. No, sorry. I'm being a little snarky. It is closest to the Equinox, between the Equinox and the Attention Star or the Gremlin now in that spot. So that's where it really fits best. I see Landoon on TikTok. Do you have any clips of you bowling? Yeah, just go check out any of my socials. I usually post just a random strike clip every like 2 to 3 days. So if you want to go check that out, you can find that. It's on either YouTube Shorts, on my Instagram, or on TikTok. Ooh, we gotta update our TikTok. There we go. Let's see. We've got Tyler. What are some good pearl balls you recommend? Strong and sharp from all brands. Is the Tundra Blue Fire good? Tundra Blue Fire is not bad. It's very smooth. A lot smoother than I expected it to be because I have one. It's very, very slow down lane. Or yeah, very slow down lane. But the best ones, Evoke Hysteria is really good right now. Equinox is very good. The Vaporize is phenomenal. Effect is still really good. Those are some of the better strong and sharp ones. Josh, do you have more info on the overseas balls? I feel like SPI releases more balls with better cores and cover combos there. They do, absolutely. Yeah, they release a lot more bowling balls overseas than they do stateside because the culture of bowling balls is very different overseas. They make smaller amounts of the bowling balls for overseas bowlers, but they have more options because a lot of people want something different than what other people have, is always what I've been told. So, yeah, that's something that happens. They usually have a lot of favorites that they just change the colorways or change the cover stocks on, which is kind of cool. I really like it. Just more options. It's just not as feasible for a US market. They found that that doesn't really work over here as well. Let's see. Gavin, how close is a sanded Ion Pro Solid to the Hammer Effect Tour? They'll be close-ish, not super close, but I think they'll be like the Ion Pro Solid will be like a half step down from an Effect Tour, maybe a full step down at most. Don, the one limitation with the Gremlin is you can't throw it after midnight. Oh, I love the jokes people have been making about that. I don't know if Josh is here in the YouTube chat. I got to read off something that he sent me. He said, when the identity got put out, he texted me and said, the identity, I got to read it word for word. He said it literally perfectly. Where is he? There he is. New identity. Ugly ball just got pretty, like when the nerd takes off her glasses and lets her hair down at the end of a rom-com. That was fantastic. Just that stereotypical like person who's the hero. It's was it Princess Diaries that did that maybe? I can't remember. Was it a princess movie? I think it was one of the Disney princess movies that did that. But fantastic because people love the new colorway and are not the biggest fans of the old one. Tony Madlin, really enjoyed your one-on-one with Theo. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. The ball is crazy good and looks almost as much as my EJ Jackal, about $100 less. Yeah, it hooks so much. That ball hooks a crazy, crazy amount. I don't know when to use it, honestly. I haven't brought it to much because I'm like, I don't trust that it's actually gonna hook on a lot of oil. But it does, but I don't trust it to. It's gonna take a little while for me to use it more. Gabriel, what's the difference between the Effect and the Effect Tour? The Effect Tour is actually a completely different ball. It's a completely different cover, completely different core. The Effect Tour is going to be a lot smoother and earlier. The Effect Tour is going to be a lot more angular and a lot longer down lane. Brooke, what's going on? Good to see you. Last week before Junior Gold, leaving next Wednesday. Awesome. Also doing Youth Open. Perfect. You've got the 4th of July tournament on dual pattern, 50 feet and 39 feet. Whew. Good luck with that. That sounds hard, but that'll be really good practice for next week. So that is awesome. Really excited for that. Should be a really fun Junior Gold. Hopefully it goes really well. I'll be watching the scores a ton next weekend. And who knows? Maybe I'll drive over to Green Bay if I get really bored. It's only like 4 or 5 hours for me. So I don't know. We'll see. I need something to do over in Green Bay if I'm going to like I would be going. I don't know. I got to find out if Maribeth is going. I don't think she was. She was hit or miss on it, but we'll see. Tyler, saw some storm photos from Bowl Expo showing what looks like Ion Pro solids, but red, white, and blue. Yes. So the reason they did that, there were 250 that were made. They were for Storm VIP Pro Shops only that went to Bowler Expo. So if you were a Storm VIP Pro Shop, which is like their paid membership, basically their yearly membership, because ball companies do the same exact thing that like Netflix does, where if you pay $1,000, they will give you a couple of free bowling balls and a free bag and then like first dibs on things or something like that. But yeah, those are only for those Storm VIP Pro Shops, and then you had to win some kind of game at their booth. I don't know what it was. It sounded like it was like spinning a wheel, like you're on Price is Right or something. But yeah, that was only for there. So if you see them, they're very limited quantity. They will be very expensive if you find them on the aftermarket. Very, very pricey. Lorensk, I'm heading to Nationals next week. Any recommendations for the lefties on the team and double singles? Play straight. Play straight. Straighter is greater out there. The problem people get is they get to an in-between zone where they play like 12, 13, 14 at the arrows, and it just gets a little too gross. The pattern's so flat and so hard, and the topography is so bad that you need to play straighter. So it's a right play. Use some surface if you have to, and then you'll be good. Hey, Balrog, what's going on? What's a good 1-2 punch to go with a Hammer Effect Tour? I really like Effect Tour and a Zen 25 personally. So I think a stronger shiny ball is a good play. Ricky, what's your league bag right now? What would you want to add? What's your tournament bag? I don't really have a league bag right now. I haven't bowled league since April. That's when our league ended. But my tournament bag is Jackal Onyx, Origin, Vaporize, Zen 25, Effect Tour, Phase 2, Scorpion Low Flare. That's pretty much it. If I need a weaker ball, I have like a Journey, a pin down Journey that rolls really good for that. So that's kind of what I'm throwing right now. And then urethane mixed in there and a couple extra balls. I just drilled out a Physics Blackout. That might take the spot of like somewhere around that Jackal Onyx range. So a lot of options. Mr. Phil, sorry to see you under the weather. Just got over a cold myself. Oh, thank you, Mr. Phil. Appreciate that. Yeah, it hasn't really, I got hit pretty hard like Saturday afternoon. I was like, ugh, I feel like I'm getting sick. Like that weird feeling you get at the back of your throat of like, uh-oh, this isn't good. And then just got sick Sunday and just under the weather. Monday, ended up working from home. Just a lot of like congestion. Tuesday, got a little better, but still not great. Today, I thought I'd be a lot better than I am. Still not doing amazing. Usually it only takes me like 3 days to get over a cold, but this one's sticking around a little longer. So unfortunate, but hopefully I'm good for the flight tomorrow to the True Amateur Tournament. Hey, Jason Reed, thank you so much for the membership over on YouTube. Really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Riandom, can you pick a ball for me to use tonight for League? I have the High Road, the Mania, and the Black Venom. Oh, Mania. Go Black Widow Mania. Eli, it would be great to see you at Junior Gold. You're leaving next Tuesday. Nice. Good luck out there. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I might message a few people. I got to see if Sarah Bowles is going. I got to see what she does when she's out there. Because I know she went last year. I don't know if a company invited her, because I know sometimes companies invite you out there. But I'll see what she does. I gotta shoot her a message quick. Gabriel, pick a random energy drink from your cooler. Whatever you pick, I must buy tomorrow. Okay, I will. You will see. My eyes are right here. You are going to be. Ooh, I dropped one. You are going to be buying a. Oh, that one's going to be hard to find. Alani Witch's Brew. That one's out of stock. Let's see. We're going to go with that one. That's a bigger one. Ooh, that's going to be impossible. Welch's Grape Ghost. You're not going to find that. All right, final one. Let's go. Oh God, it is more empty than I expected. I thought I'd have more empty drink. Ooh, this is an interesting one. We have a Monster Rehab wild berry tea. There you go. You're going to be drinking some tea tomorrow. And you're going to like it, Gabriel. You're going to love that. All right, let's see. David Prince, I'm looking for a solid or hybrid symmetrical ball that has more back end than the Phase 2. Cove is a good option. Otherwise, if you're looking, finding a hybrid will be tough. A Pearl is going to be much easier. There aren't really many hybrids that fit that spot right now for a lot of the brands, actually. But I would go like a Zen or a Phase AI. G. Brian, I think that entity is going to be great. I know I just haven't seen anything of it. Like, AJ Chapman made it look good in his first 10 video, but I don't know. I hope it doesn't go under the radar. I hope it's actually good. We will see. Dre, what is the best shiny ball to pair with a Rockstar in League? High rev, mid-speed, two-hander? I think the Road Warrior is a really good option there. Road Warrior is a fantastic one. Otherwise, Ultimate Wrecker could be good too. Ricky, would it make sense to have both the Gremlin and the Ultimate Wrecker in the same bag? Yeah, that's A-okay. Sir Turtle, Phase 2 Vibo Hysteria Typhoon Ice. Not bad. Josh Panglian. Oh, that's a lot of balls. Ion Max, Exotic Gem, both idols, Zen GPT, Duo, UC3, IQAI. I need to replace the Exotic Gem with a new release. Origin. Definitely go Origin in that spot. And I would go something weaker on the solid side. Like an IQ2 or solid could be good. Jaybird, I took your advice and sanded my hyper, and I tell you, love that ball way more. Hey, that's awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. Sometimes just a surface change is all you need. G. Brian, I'm bowling on 37-foot junior gold pattern. What type of ball should I go with? You are going to want urethane. A lot of urethane, otherwise smoother, just typical smooth bowling ball. Solids will be your play. Sir Turtle, how is it? Oh, you wanted an Arsenal. How does it look? Yeah, I think it looks really good right now for a house shot league. Absolutely. I think you'll like that Typhoon best. Vatican, what are your top 3 bowling companies? Well, yeah, that one's kind of hard because there are really only 3: Storm, Brunswick, and Motive, because Storm has Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global. Brunswick is actually Brunswick, Deviate, Radical, Track, Ebonite, Hammer, Columbia 300. That, and then Motive is just Motive. So if I had to pick for those, I don't really, kind of hard to pick just when I split them apart. I really see them all as like in their own brand, so it's a little tough. Kyle, Hyperdrive or Ion Max for speed dominant? I would go Ion Max. Jason, I set my alarm for the Q&A and forgot why I said it. I tried to watch and listen to the Q&A show twice because you go over so much content and share so much knowledge. Hey, thank you so much, Jason. I'm really glad that these help. That's the main goal of them, is to help you guys with these live streams. That is awesome to hear. Fantastic to hear that they actually do help. That's always really good to see. Panda, what's a good pearl to buy for someone who absolutely hates all the skid flip they keep seeing? Equinox. I think the Equinox is a good not skid flippy ball. Dre, we hit. Corey, you are the expert, not us. I mean, that's why I'm asking you guys. I'd be curious. Aaron Springborn says, Physics Blackout and Zen. Disclaimer, I didn't bowl sport patterns often, but that's my rec. Then again, I'm biased towards Storm. Dawn, Physics Blackout, and Zen. They seem to be the most versatile. Oh, absolutely. Because what were the other 2 I said? Vaporize and Origin. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. That physics I just drilled, that's the one worrisome part, is I literally just drilled it, so I don't know it as well. Phil, if I own the Attention Stars, Zen 25, and EJ Jackal, do you need the new identity? No, you do not. I was also eyeballing the Evoke. You don't need that one either. I think that's a lot of... The Zen 25 and Attention Star are very close together. You probably don't need anything around those because you have the Jackal above them. So I don't think you need an ASIM Pearl with what you have. Last 2, a shined up purple hammer and a pink widow. Hey, there you go. Match them with my other ones. That's awesome. Chris, thoughts on the new Tropical Surge Solid Polished? I looked for a couple weak options and I'm quite rev dominant. Yeah, I think it would be good then if you're really rev dominant. It's going to be a little smoother, but it's weak enough where it's going to make the play. Sorry, previous comment was supposed to be the Thrill Hybrid hooks as much as the Jackal. Oh, no, all good, all good. Aggie, I did the TAT in 23. I didn't use urethane. I used Summit Exotic Gem TNT. Mostly bowled the VIP and first squads. For burn squads, oh, is that what VIP is? Is VIP burn or fresh squad? I had no idea what VIP squad was. I just pressed a button and paid money. That's good to know if that's actually what that means. Big B, Physics Blackout, but polished. I don't have time to polish it is the problem. There's a TAT training page. Really? I gotta check that out. TAT training page, Facebook, bowling. A TAT training group. Huh. This group is for bowlers competing in the TAT. Storm and Roto are proud to be sponsors. Okay. There is one new post today. Can I see it? No, it's private. That's sad. Okay, I'll have to check that out. That's sad. Oh. Let's see. Jeff, I have an Arctic Vibe. Should I buy a better overall ball or a spare ball? It depends on how your spares are going. So if you are missing all of your spares, I'd recommend a spare ball, especially your 10 pins. But if not, you could go with something different. You could go with like a stronger bowling ball or a shiny bowling ball to be able to knock out more corner pins. So it really depends on how your spare game's going right now. Let's see. Andrew, I'm looking for a new ball to replace my Summit. The other ball, or Summit Ascent. You have a Hyperdrive, Hysteria, Black Venom, and Venom Shock. Honestly, I think the Venom Shock is kind of close to that, right? That's what I've always seen. So if you want to replace it, you might want to go something stronger, like a Phase 2 or a Rockstar might fit. All right, sledding for old guys. Identity versus Vibo. Identity is a lot sharper. Origin and Equinox, I have all 3. And Vibo is track burnt after 100 games. Wow. Or looking at the Widowmania. So if you want to replace the Vibo, Honestly, the identity is going to be different from the Origin and Equinox. It's going to be longer and sharper than the Equinox. Vatican, you ever program in MIPS? Assembly? I've never done assembly. I've never done assembly before. Aggie, did try a PB at 500 grit and polish with CTD polish. Was better, but still just okay. Okay. Interesting. Gandhi, if a pattern is 46 feet long, brush drop is 40, what would your expected breakpoint be? It's still pretty far outside. It means it'll hook a little bit earlier, but no, it's still, you'll still be playing, or sorry, it'll still be a tighter breakpoint, just like you're playing. I mean, it'll be like 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there for your break, depending on what you're throwing and who you are. Jordan Shepard won a tournament on 39-foot Chameleon. Nice. Was able to throw the level game 1, but couldn't find anything 2 or 3. Ended up throwing the ice for the next 4. That's wild. I love that. And then is there another reactive ball that's a lower hook than a level? Ooh. Not that's going to be as smooth, really. Hustle Earth would be the closest thing you can find. A pin down Hustle Earth will be your best play. Gabriel Busser Train. Train. Go Train. Smitty, I recommend bringing the physics blackout to 3000. I know that's what I want to do. I didn't have time to do it last night to be able to work at the shop and get a practice session. So I wasn't able to, but that is kind of my goal, is to bring it to like 3-ish thousand to make it get a little further down lane, because it hooks early. Gandhi, then what ball will be a choice for weaker strong balls? Stronger ball. Stronger ball is still going to be good. John, I have a pink and purple chamois. Average went up 9 pins. Hey, if you get another one, will your average go up more? Yes, that is exactly how it works. Every one you get adds, it just adds on to itself. So you'll be at like a 330 average in no time. Like, mine unfortunately hasn't, but you know, that's because my logo's on it. You know, the chamois, the magic of the chamois doesn't want to like give me a big ego because like my logo's on it. So it doesn't boost my average, but you guys, different story. I love that bit has run on for this channel. That's man, I love it. Kyle, Hyperdriver Ion Max, we hit. Nick Wilkerson, nice to see the collab with Rex. We have a ton of talented bowler in the West Michigan area. Oh, there's so many. Though Michigan is a bowling oasis, basically. There are so many good bowlers in the Michigan area. Just so many. Vatican, what is your bowling average? What am I, 215 around? 215-ish in my center. Hank Golfer had a couple comments. Every year, new bowling balls come out being the newest and bestest, and next year's newest bowling balls will be the bestest and greatest. There's only so much that can be done to a core and cover. Don't fall for the manufacturer gimmicks. I would actually disagree. I've been bowling for 7, 8 years, and I will very much say that bowling balls made today are better than they were 4 years ago by a landslide. You can notice the ball reaction. That's just, yeah. Is it manufacturer's gimmick? Not necessarily. They're a company, they're a business. They need to come out with new stuff all the time. So that they do have really good R&D departments that make new stuff. Yeah, Don said it well. They're always improving technology because oil changes, because lane surfaces change. Bowling is a really young sport yet. We've only been making reactive bowling balls for like 25 years. And really, it was maybe 15 years ago that we actually figured it out a little more. So I would say that they aren't really a gimmick. It's more, they come out with a lot, and it seems like it's a lot, but every company on the planet does come out with a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff you don't see that comes out from some of your favorite companies, but they're always pumping things out. Bowling, you just see a lot more because the community's smaller, and then you have, like, if you go to social media, you're probably going to see my face talking about these because the bowling content creator world is kind of tiny. So you're going to see the new stuff all the time. That's what all content creators do. So if you pop open TikTok, YouTube, whatever it may be, you're going to see the new ball all the time. So that's my little rant on manufacturer stuff. Yeah. Is it a lot? Yes. Does it seem like a lot of them are the same? Yes. But there are differences. John Romero, what ball do you recommend for hammer for dry lanes? Hammer Anger or the new bubblegum vibe, one or the other. Jaybird, how do you feel about the Vaporize for no thumb? I really like the Vaporize. I think it's the best ball, one of the best balls Brunswick has come out with in the last year, the Brunswick brands. I honestly think the Effect Tour, that guy, Scorpion Strike, Um, those are really three of the best ones that they have. Those are, and the Mesmerize. Mesmerize is fantastic too. I really like it. Space Bro, I got the new identity today. Nice. That's so quick. Everyone is getting there so fast. Crazy. I know somebody messaged me earlier today on our Discord and was like, hey, I just got my identity. It's like, it was announced 24 hours ago. How did you get it already? Crazy. Adam, I'm a two-handed rev dominant bowler. Can you rank my arsenal? You have an Ebonite Choice. Ooh, that's an oldie. Rubicon UC3, Theorem Pearl, and a Rockstar. Honestly, I kind of like that. You're a little more rev dominant, but having a Rubicon UC3 is pretty decent. Theorem Pearl with a Rockstar. You might want a weak Pearl Ball to fit in there, like a Hammer Anger or a High Road 40 or a Typhoon or a Max Thrill Pearl. Something like that might fit too. But otherwise, I really like it. Millionaire Jonas, I got a question. I'm trying to fill gaps for Junior Gold. Crimson Jackal, Phase 2, Venom Shock, and a purple tank. I'm looking at an Ion Max Road Warrior. I would go, wow, man, if you only have a Crimson Jackal, did you say if you're a two-hander? No, one hand, 15 miles an hour. You might like an Ion Max better. I think it's a lot of solids. Solids usually look better out there because it's a urethane fest. So I think an Ion Max might be a little better. Oh, Don, since you're here, I think you're still, I don't know if you're still hanging or not. What should I bring to the tat? I don't know if you're, it doesn't look like you're still hanging, but if you are still out there, what should I bring to the TAT? Gabriel, I might buy all three of them. Smitty, I bowled on 45 feet with it and still had to stand on 35 throwing to 5. Sheesh. Yeah, that ball hooks. All of them. I'm only bringing 6. Right now, I'm bringing Spare Ball, Purple Hammer, Pink Widow, Effect Tour, and then I'm between the Origin, the Zen, the Vaporize, and the Blackout for my other 4. What should I bring? It's 37 feet, 29 mils at the Orleans. I have no idea if we bowl burn or double burn. I know nothing about this event, which is really bad. Know what you're bowling before you go bowl an event. So it's 37 feet, 29 mils. Any help you guys can give is appreciated because I'm between all 4 right now. Vatican, we hit, oh, Vaporize, should I get a two-handed drilled or one-hand? Whatever you bowl. I mean, I don't know if you really said Vatican earlier, what you, if you're two-hander or one-hander, but yeah, whatever you mainly do, I'd recommend. It's good. I mean, it's good for anything. JNev, let's go. Great content on bowling. Hey, thank you, JNev. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thanks for hopping in. Big B, after PSO established my new PAP, he drilled my Evoca Stare 70 by 3.5 by 30. Holy cow, does that ball roll good? That is a low PAP, but good to hear. Really good to hear. Kyle, Hyperdrive or Ion Max? We hit that one. Bergira, is the Black Widow Mania equivalent to the Hysteria? No, the Mania is going to hook a bit later and a lot sharper. Don, you said what? Purple, pink, mix. You said Origin, Blackout, then something quicker off the spot. See, that Effect Tour is so good on short, though. And if it's the burn, that ball's going to get through the fronts and actually stay smooth down lane. And I feel like I don't really have anything like that with the Origin or the Blackout. The Blackout will hook too early. And then because that Blackout hooks early, super early. Everyone else, well, no, that's the thing. This is a handicap. Well, a lot of the divisions are handicapped. So you got people throwing reactive and just their house shot stuff. So the breakdown is wonky. So I don't really know. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I tried watching a couple live streams, but I'm not positive. I am not positive at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Gandhi, what's the smoothest ball you've ever thrown? I bowled with the G5 Pearl and it felt really smooth. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that one is really smooth. I would say, what do I think? What's the smoothest ball? GB5's when it was dull was super, super smooth. I've thrown smoother. I had an old DV8 ball. It was one of the thugs. It was like the Thug Unruly or something. That was the smoothest and slowest ball I've ever thrown. You could not get left to 15 because the ball hooked at 25 feet and then rolled forward. It was insane. You have a bunch of dummies who never bowled tournaments thinking they need a bang thing. Well, I mean, that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm just going to throw Thane. That's the hope. Bowled well with it, a couple weekends ago when I had Thane on fresh-ish. So That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm that dummy. I am that dummy who's doing that. Bringing 2 of them. But yeah, that's where like the effect tour, then only bring mixed pink and purple. But I can't. That's the thing. I have room for 6. But I do hope I can throw that. I think I'm bowling on the burn or the double burn sometimes. I've heard someone say double burn and it's scared me ever since. So I don't know. I don't really know. Again, I don't know what I'm walking into for the tat. I see Aggie saying for tat, look at the times you bowl. Schedule would be on the site. What kind of layout would you go if you want to hook earlier on the lanes? Left hand if you can convert. You'll want to go a lower pin to PAP. That's going to get to hook earlier. That's going to be your best way. Mix up 5. Honestly, I have the direct hit. The torpedo direct hit is right there. I could go. I'm not bringing the torpedo. No, that's not happening. TJ, what old ball would you like to see return with better improvements? I would like to see the Black Beauty with a good core. Marvel Pearl. I've never thrown one, and I've only heard good things, and I'm a little jealous. Bring the Marvel Pearl AI, Storm. The people have spoken. The community has said, bring back the Marvel Pearl. That's probably been the top comment I've gotten on a lot of the identity clips is like, man, I wish it was the Marvel Pearl. Space Fro, I got the new identity. Works well with my league bag. Attention Star, Zen, and Expo. Nice. That's awesome. Jordan, for Junior Gold, should I try the purple hammer at box or keep what I'm comfortable? Keep what you're comfortable with. Keep what you're comfortable with. Keep them waiting. I like being the only one with the Marvel Pearl AI. Yeah. I know you do. Austin, thoughts on the Paragon Shadow? Really good. For a rev dominant 2-hander, it might be too much ball. I think you want something a little bit weaker if you're rev dominant. Hayden Parker, is it okay for a lefty to have a venom shock and a lethal venom? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, as a lefty, it's good to have smoother stuff, so I like that. Don, and when do you leave? I'll sell you the Ion Pro Solid. I leave in less than 12 hours. So I leave at 6:15 tomorrow morning. So unless you can ship it. Don, oh yeah, we hit that one. Big B, B7 should consolidate down to B3 or 4. B3 or B4. I mean, I feel like if they had to, they would have already. Don, new ball carry, absolutely. G Bryant, you are welcome. Hey, we love the NBC. We need the new ball carry out of that blackout. It didn't have it in practice yesterday. That's because it was hooking at my toes. Gandhi, GB5 Pearl is the most underrated ball this year. I'd agree. I've seen a lot of the pros using them from Brunswick, but not many just regular bowlers. So kind of disappointing. Austin, loving all the content. Hey, thanks for hopping in, Austin, over on Twitch. Appreciated. Really, really appreciated. Yeah, so I should quickly give our shameless plug. If you guys want a brand new ZVL Bowling Chamois, dhlab3d.com. I threw the link in the chat on YouTube. We have red and blue this time. We have 50, I believe. So, yeah, I think it's still 50 yet. So $20, $4 shipping through dhlab3d.com. Really good way to help the channel. And then you can rock a really good chamois too. Don, heard my flight out of DC is at 6:10 a.m. because that sucks. I'm at 6:15. So I'll be hopping in the plane an hour after you because you're on East Coast time. Nick, what category would you put the Ion Solid in? Ion, if you're talking the Ion Pro Solid, it's weird. It doesn't. Yeah, Don says medium smooth. It could kind of fit as a weak and sharp ball. But it's probably more medium smooth. I like that medium smooth. Sir Jones, rev dominant. My heckler takes off on me too early. What surface? I would polish it. I'd recommend polishing it. AK, you still backed up on viewer arsenals? Yes. I have one coming out Saturday, but every time I make an arsenal video, I have like 5 more. Or I have like 5 more I should do. It's insane. I have so many arsenals. Aggie, VIP is a 2-game squad. Oh, kind of its own tournament? Oh. Then the first normal squad, semi-fresh, then burn, re-oil after lunch, then in the evening, 3 squads for each. Oh, so you do... Okay, that's good to know. I don't know what shift I'm bowling. I should know that. Shoot. I'm gonna check that out quick. Because I know my times. I don't know how many shifts are before me though. Do this register button, that should have it. Times at it? No, why would it say? I'll find that later. We will see. We will see. Should be interesting. But thank you, Aggie. Really appreciate you for letting me know a little bit more. Hey, Ken, what's going on? Bowling TikTok goat. Thank you, man. Good to see you. J Nev, Summit Ascent is so slept on. It was. It was. If I'm loving the attention star as the gremlin go-to for replacement, I think it's pretty close that you could replace it with a gremlin. Aaron, if I missed your answer, please accept my apology. Think about replacing my Road Warrior. Mine is too smooth. Should I get the High Road 40? Yeah, High Road 40 is going to be a bit more angular, so that'll be a good option for you. And I think I missed it, so apologies. I don't think I answered that one. Vatican, what got you into bowling? Being way too competitive. So as a kid and all the way through high school, I played baseball and basketball. I didn't really bowl much. And then after high school, didn't go into more sports. So picked up bowling because my uncle owned a bowling alley and I was doing it a little bit, but really not enough. So I was like, yeah, let's go all in on this sport. Why not? Because when I do something, I go all the way in. I don't go like half. So got into it, super, super fun, had a fantastic time doing tournaments and stuff, and here we are. And here we are. Let's see. Nick, bowling on 41-foot bear. Any tips? Smooth. A lot of smooth bowling balls will your play. Big, yeah, medium smooth, strong smooth, things like that. A lot of solids. Josh, what do you think of the ASIM cores being used for weaker balls like dryer lane? Doesn't work. The ASIM cores have too much flair to them. It just, usually smaller cores with big covers work a little better for that. The small covers with big cores, not as well, in my opinion, Jordan, I have access to a Brunswick Black Beauty rubber ball. Should I add it to my arsenal for the gimmicks? I would be curious on who drills it for you. Most pro shops don't drill rubber bowling balls anymore because they reek. They make the pro shops stink for days. So I'll be surprised if some places will actually drill it. Warren, I got an Ion Max off your arsenal. What's a good shiny ball to pair with it? Equinox is pretty good. Attention Star is also fantastic. Let's see. John, what kind of layout would you go to if you want to hook earlier? We hit. Tor, I left a comment on your TikTok about rev rate, realizing it could be misinterpreted. As an experienced and established bowler, do you still work to improve rev rate? Yes, I do. Really, because my speed is so high, I can go up to like, if I was at a 475 rev rate, I'd still be okay. Like I'd be a little rev dominant, but I'd still be fine. Where I am in bowling on the amateur side, I have a lot of the things figured out. More rev rate means more hitting power, means more carry. So I'll knock out more corner pins. I'll knock out more 7 pins, more 4 pins, things like that to just get that extra hit. So I think at that level, yes. Aggie, wish I would have had an Ion Pro, probably my favorite ball. That's why I'm bringing the Effect Tour, I think. John, for a no-thumb rev dominant one-hander, would we better go with a Typhoon, High Road, or something else? No-thumb rev rate one-hander. I would go Typhoon. I think Typhoon will be best for you. Ken, you familiar with the man's 37-foot pattern, doing a tournament tomorrow? I'm thinking urethane. Yeah, if it's 37 feet, urethane's usually a good try. Roy, what's your take on the new Belmo ball? I am unfortunately not a fan of it. I think it was released a little too quickly since the last identity came out. I don't think it was a good marketing strategy. Having a ball release, this is actually something I ragged on C3 Columbia 300 for doing with the rally, is you release a ball, it's barely out, and then you release the same ball again. Like, you had the identity. Yes, it was limited release. And yes, I really like that people who didn't have access the first time now have access to it if you weren't able to buy it. But for people who bought the regular identity, it's a little bit of a slap in the face because it was like, ooh, make sure you get yours. You're going to be the only ones in the world. It's like, JK, we actually have another one with cooler colors. So those are the people I really feel for. And it's just, there are so many other balls that would have been a really cool play there. So I would have rather had something else. I don't think it was a great play. I think it was a very disappointing announcement from them. Quarzy, do you like the Ion Pro Solid? Yes, Ion Pro Solid is really good right now. It's expensive, which I don't like about it, but it's good. Jason, one hand righty has a Primal Shock, getting a Primal Rage Evo in the Sub-Zero. Looking to get a Physics Blackout, Purple Hammer, and one more ball. I would go a weak solid, maybe a Max Thrill solid could be a good play for you. I think that would be good if you're going. It looks like you're going a lot of motive. Otherwise, like a IQ Tour could be good too. John Romero, how many balls do you have? I have like 50 to 60 right now because I don't throw bowling balls away very much or give them away much. So I just hoard at this point. I need to get rid of a lot soon, but I got to figure out how to do that. Gavin, would the Rockstar and the IQ be a good league combo? Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good 1-2 combo. Austin, loving all the content. Thanks again, Austin. Millionaire. Hey, I got a question. I'm trying to fill gaps for my bag for junior goal. We hit that one. Hayden Parker. I picked up the Thrill Hybrid and got some of the craziest NBC I ever got. New ball carry is real. New ball carry is 100% real. It's wild. All right. I have a few comments left. It is 7:30, and I know we've been going for. It's a little bit shorter today, but due to me having to hit a flight at 6:15 tomorrow and waking up around like 3 o'clock, and then also with me being a little bit sick, and the voice isn't doing great right now. We are going to do last call for questions right now. I'm going to hit everything else that's on the screen, but we are going to do a last call quick. So let's see. Big B is the leather on one side with a rubberized back. Yes, it is. AK, good. I'm glad to hear the content train isn't stopping. Oh, never. Content train is full steam ahead on this channel. Like we're popping another video out tomorrow for some discontinued bowling balls. Saturday is our arsenal. Sunday's another video. Next Tuesday, we're three to four a week. 3 to 4 a week is what we are just pumping out. Jordan, leaving Tuesday to visit college and then to junior gold. Hoping to meet some fellow teammates. Hey, that's awesome. Go Eagles. Yeah, that's super cool. Love that. Aaron, sounds good. Thank you. Oh, absolutely, Aaron. You're welcome. Bergira, do you have any tips on a drill to make a 15-pound ball lighter or go with 14? Honestly, it just takes bowling. It just takes repetition for the 15-pound ball to make it feel like 14. It's just building up that muscle after a little bit, and then you'll be good to go. Let's see. We are at Brody. I need a good ball, and I'm league bowler and two-handed. There's a lot of options. God, there's so many options in that spot. Typhoon, Road Warrior, Cove could be pretty decent for that. A lot of options for you, Brody. Weaker balls will be best. Gabriel, did you try the Monster Rehab Lemonade iced tea? I didn't like it. I was not a fan of the lemonade one. It was just kind of like a bad lemonade. That's what I tasted. Roy, also, what's your take on the Gremlin? I think the Gremlin looks pretty good right now. It looks pretty decent. I'm a fan of it. People are really hyping that one up compared to the other two. Kind of disappointing. I hope the Cove doesn't get missed and the Ember doesn't get missed. But the Gremlin looks good right now. Gremlin looks really good. And it's super cheap. $165 for that ball is nuts. Wild. Oh, Ken, MSBS pattern. No, all good. Don't worry. Same thing, though. Thane will be best. Michael, what's going on, Michael? Smitty, I'm trying single-handedly get you to 20K. You did. We are at 20K likes on TikTok. Huge thank you, Smitty. Really appreciate it. That is a lot of likes. Holy cow, we got there. We got to 20K all because of Smitty. Awesome. Brody, I need a bowling ball too. We hit that one. And Gabriel, Super Bowl prediction. I haven't paid attention to the offseason to know what's going on. I would love to see the Lions in it. I think they're a cool story. I'd love to see them in it. I don't care about AFC, whoever makes it. Just make sure the Lions make it, please. Vatican, in your opinion, what's the best smelling ball? Anything blueberry. So Equinox, the old Axiom Solid, those are top tier. Jaybird, building a bag for a friend. What's a good league arsenal surrounding the Venom Coral? Oh, God. Venom Coral, Evoke Hysteria, and like a Max Thrill Hybrid, maybe. I think will be good. John, what would you say had the best food recommendations at a bowling center? My wife hates bowling but loves food. What would you say had the best food options? There's a couple I've been to that actually have restaurants, and that's usually the play. If they have a restaurant, you have a lot of options. So otherwise, they're usually kind of bad. But some of them have restaurants. I'd recommend sticking with those. Grumpa, you got the Stealth and the Theorem getting drilled. There you go. I want to get my Motive Arsenal drilled, though, so I have to wait for the other PSO to get bits drilled. Oh, that stinks. Aggie, VIP is 9 a.m. and the 5 p.m. is fresh. Hey, I bowled the 5 p.m. one day. I bowled 5 p.m. 2 days. Yes, we get fresh oil twice. Let's go. I don't know if that's good or bad. But otherwise, 1:30, that must be the super burn. So we're only bowling the fresh and the super burn. Okay, good to know, Aggie. Thank you. Pairing the Stealth and Theorem with the Hazmat. Love that. Evan, I just started a league a couple weeks ago, wondering what is a good ball for fresh. A lot of options, tons of options. I have a video on my YouTube for best if you're just buying one ball, what should you get? I usually go with like a symmetrical solid or a symmetrical pearl ball. So like phase 2, a Zen 25, a Road Warrior, Ion Pro Solid could be good, something like that. Don, I donate my retired balls to my pro shop and they fix them up for aspiring high schoolers. Our high school program has a lot of bowling balls is the one issue. Like they have a lot of bowling balls. So like donating them, they just kind of chill there for a while. Jaybird, I'm building a league arsenal. He's a balanced bowler. Oh, we hit that one. Jordan B, one ball owner, righty, one-handed, no thumb, rev dominant. IQAI. Works amazing except a league shop that's super dry. Ooh. Line left hooks too hard. You might want something like a Hustle Earth. I think a Hustle Earth might not be a bad play. It's going to get further down lane, but also be super smooth. Tyler Roth, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. Don, you can also do ball giveaways. I was thinking of doing something with where viewers can get the balls. I got to figure out what to do, though. Let's see. Buff Wolf, do you think the Ember is a weaker ball? Yes, it definitely is a weaker ball. Imagine it to be like where the Road Warrior is. Ken, I'm always tapping. Pause. Wait a minute. Brody, is the IQAI a good two-handed ball? Yeah, there really isn't anything that's a good like one-handed only ball or two-handed only ball. Doesn't really exist, but IQAI is, yeah, it can work. It's a good ball. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 9 and 5 are the fresh. 11 and 7 semi-burn. 1 and 9 super burn. Okay. So I will be bowling the super burn and the fresh. That's kind of good to know. John, are you going to live stream the tournament? Yes, I will be live streaming the True Amateur Tournament. So for anyone joining us late, I am bowling the True Amateur Tournament in Las Vegas, starting tomorrow, actually. The tournament's been going on for a couple days, but I will be bowling it tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. I will be live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific on Friday, and 1:30 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. So that is when I will be live on TikTok, live streaming my 3 games of the event. So make sure to check it out there. Should be a really fun time. I think, yeah, if it's only the 2-game VIP squad, I'm going to have to watch out for that. So I think my VIP squads are fresh, and then I'm just bowling on the burn. I wonder if I need both urethanes then. Great. Now I'm going to second guess everything. Dang it. Oh, man. My flight leaves in less than 12 hours, and I don't know what balls I'm bringing. Grumpa, thank you for being a master tier member for the YouTube. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. I think I told you what you need. Don't bother bringing anything else. Mixed up 5. Got it. All right. Apologies to anybody else, but I think we're going to call it. It's already 7:45, and I said I was only going to go live till 7:30 to protect the voice, but I was having a really good time with you guys. So unfortunately, that is going to be all for today. So thank you guys all so much for hanging in for this week's live stream. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, make sure to drop a subscription or a follow. We are going to be live on TikTok, like I said, over the next couple of days. So make sure to follow us over there. You can get a notification for when we go live. Otherwise, we have, if you guys want, we have merchandise, ZVL Bowling merch, crew necks, hoodies, and t-shirts over on Bowler Store, one of the best online bowling retailers. Make sure to go check them out. Otherwise, we do have red and blue Shammies that are live on the DH Lab website if you guys want to go check those out. Otherwise, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much. We're going to be live again next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time as per usual. Thank you guys all so much. TikTok, we're going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, TikTok. And then YouTube, Brian, good luck at the chat, or good luck at the tat. Thank you so much. Don, good chat, good luck. May the pins fall in your favor. Thank you so much. Aggie, go Purple Hammer and Origin for VIP. I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm kind of leaning the Origin now. Origin might be the GOAT ball for a little bit. We'll see. But that is going to be it. YouTube and Twitch. Thank you guys all so much who've been hopping in here. There's been a ton of support, even in these summer months where there isn't much bowling going on. Huge thank you to everybody out there who watches these live streams. You guys mean the absolute world to me. To be able to jump on these and know there's a ton of people that want to talk bowling is so fun. So I hope you guys enjoy these as much as I do. With that, we'll be live again next week, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.